So, Witcher 3 starts with Geralt, the main character, looking for Yennefer, his lost love who hasn't seen past the 2 years. During this, he does it with Vesemir, his old teacher and friend. During his search, Geralt and Vesemir take a nap. But Geralt has a dream about Ciri. Ciri is a girl who Geralt took care of like a daughter, even though she wasn't his real daughter. In this dream, you're able to play The Witcher 3 the first time as experience. It's more like a tutorial because you get to learn how to run, climb things, and furthermore, fight. This is the training of the fight where you train with Vesemir. However, Geralt has a nightmare of Ciri being in danger in his dream. And this symbolizes that she's in danger in reality because the past dreams he had, nightmares I'd say, they symbolized the danger she is in the actual life.
That's the problem. It was more. In the past, when Ciri appeared in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger. We smell it.
And here are ghouls for you. These are the monsters the first time killing during the game, since after the dream you start playing. Ghouls are pretty easy to kill, but like, how to say it depends obviously on the level of each monster, but there'll be more monsters shown throughout the gameplay of you. I won't be able to show you every monster. It's for you to experience yourself. That's why I'm gonna leave it for you. But ghouls are pretty much the first thing that pretty much pops up. There'll be like few flying birds. You'll see. You also get, as your Witcher and Geralt, a lot of people hate you. Bandits, soldiers, pretty much almost everyone actually hates Witcher. It's because they call them mutant, freaks, different. Like, not really, they don't treat them equal because they're afraid of the Witchers. So you're gonna have to experience that. But I won't say that all in the story. There's not everyone afraid of the Witchers. There'll be some people that are finding them as heroes, as helpful Witchers. So it's not really that bad, I'd say. Throughout the game, there's skills. This one is Axie, which makes people speak and do actions as you will to. But throughout the story, sometimes it gives you the option to make the person tell you something. But to do that, you need several points. And if you don't have that, you won't be able to use the option, which sucks because then you can't make someone speak or tell you something about when you're searching. So this is where you find and get more skill points. And these are the weird ass bird, dragon things, monsters they need to kill. They were called something, royal griffins. It also happens at the start of the mission. As you see, I'm still with Vesemir. You need this for a mission. As you see on the right side, so still the griffin. What else could I say about them? They have a lot of health and they fly, and it's kind of like hard to really kill them. But you have a crossbow that Vesemir got from playing a card game. So what else could I say? For like big monsters like giants, bosses, you can get a trophy as cutting the head off. It's like you don't get to choose, it just happens, not every time, but it does. And this is where he's gonna cut off the gold griffin thing head off. Throughout the missions, as being a Geralt, you get to do missions as following the footstep using the Witcher senses, which you hold your L2 button. Then you see these footsteps as red. Then you see the objects you need to examine also as like red background, like little shadow things. That's how most of the missions are gonna be like. Not every, but several. This is a long gameplay that you can go through. So having these missions actually pretty fun. You need to search, you need to examine, you learn what happened through examining every object, because every time you examine what you see, Gerald explains what he understands, and through that the characters, well, the players, well, you learn throughout the game, just as Gerald helps you to, because he tells you what he thinks. So, yeah, that's, I guess, the little quest I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna show you the proper missions, because that's what I'm leaving to experience yourself. And this is one of the missions that I had to examine of what happened here. And see, as you press to examine, Gerald says what happened here, which makes you understand, as I said, what happened. This is what happens when you come back to Resident after finding out from people where did Yennefer go. And these are some kind of guards that does not like you to be in the bar, or say pub, whatever you call it. So they go so mean. I did not show you the story because you'll see it yourself. That I think you don't have to attack. I don't think.
It's all right.
I don't remember. But this is what happens, and you kind of help, but people get afraid. Like these ladies got afraid. In a way, I understand, because you just slashed someone's head off, half of the body. But like, it's kind of sad, because you can see Gerald's expression. He feels really bad for scaring them.
Come on, let's go.
Gerald is pretty a good character. He's not evil, but you can make him evil because you choose. But normally he's not really.
We didn't start it.
And this is where Yennefer finds him. This is the woman he loves.
Excuses.
But there's many more women you'll meet throughout as playing as Gerald. There'll be a Triss, another woman that
I received a report
he loved when he lost memory.
appeared in White Orchard.
And welcome, people. This is Wild Hunt. This is what you will meet throughout the game. And I said throughout so many times, I'm so sorry, but these are pretty much hard enemies. It also depends on what level you play. Easy, hard, challenging, whatever. But you'll meet these whatever monsters, whatever they are, pretty much whole of the damn game, except DLCs. DLCs won't include them. You could also find treasures underneath the seas, lakes, rivers, but I won't promise you that you will find it every time. But you can find outfits, weapons, and scrolls. These are the Wild Hunt, and they always bring winter when they arrive anywhere they go. They bring extreme coldness. This is where you go around the maps and you'll meet bandits, but these are called something weird that I don't even understand myself. But by killing them, you can go in the houses or around their little carriages. You can find chests of outfits, as well as said weapons, and pretty much anything you need in this game to upgrade and become stronger. But be aware, there'll be a lot of these people, let's say, that would attack you randomly. You're sometimes able to play as Ciri throughout the game, but not always. This is because your main character is Gerald, as you know yourself. I'd say I love her skill of dodging, as you see the green thing, you know. She's really strong, but you can't like change outfits or anything with her. So there's also a game in this Witcher called Gwent. It's a card game. You can play with every character almost, I'd say. Mostly with the ones you can buy things. Also in this Gwent you can buy cards from other like shop keepers and everything around the towns and worlds you go to have more cards and become more stronger. I'd say this game is not easy. It's hard to understand how it works, but it's probably just me. There's like different type of cards, not real monsters. To see that, you can just press R1, L1 as you press play to Gwent with someone. You can see this is what it basically looks like. You get cards at the bottom, what you bought or what you have. You just place any you want if it's your go. The fact of this game is you need to get more points than the opponent. Opponent, is that how you say it? And you always have 10 cards. And if you run out of cards, then you automatically pass the round. And if that person has cards more than you, let's say you have 0 and has 1, and you have a score of 10, it has 9, and it beats you by 1 point or 2, obviously you use. And those gems like near the photos of Gerald and opponent, 2 gems, it's lives. So basically 2 rounds. You can have 3 matches. I don't think you ever I had 4, but I'd say it's pretty challenging to still understand how it works. I have only won once. Yeah, sucks, but yeah. And this is where you could like buy more cards to have a stronger deck, as it's called. Like, I'll show you there, I'm buying one here. They do cost, like, I'd say the black one that I just bought, it costs like 50. It's not so much, but at the start of the game as you play, you don't get that much money, coins, what it's called. Also, this is a saddle bag, which allows you to carry more weight. You're gonna have struggles during this game, because there's a lot to carry. Armor is heavy, weapons are heavy, so you need more weight. To do that, you need to buy saddle bags. You can find them where I just bought one. Pretty much just explore every shop you possibly can, and if you have money, because they do cost a lot. There's one in 100 that's going to be in a different city called Novigrad, and in DLC Blood and Wine there's one that is worth 110 weight, but that's if you have Blood and Wine DLC. This is where there's a selection of things. You can go world map, where you can zoom out to see the different worlds, different cities, places, little mini quests, side quests if you call that. Glossary is where you can look at all the beasts you have met, and I'm not going to show you because it's a bit of a what is it called, spoiler. And then characters, also books, crafting. Crafting is useful, but you need equipment to make things. It's also not that easy to find them, and you need money to craft objects, crafting materials. Everything's pretty much for money. Even if you play on the easiest, it's not that easy to get money. At the moment I have 3,000 when I'm on level 48. It's just, not that much. This is alchemy. You can make potions, little dusty things, bombs. What is else there? Oh, you can make whatever this is. I have no idea what that is. Oils that you can apply on your weapons. It depends on what beast you're fighting. It will deal more damage. Let's say vampires, you need to use like some specific, it says. You also meet more potions during quests. Anyway, this is an inventory where you keep your weapons, and then these little stones at the bottom, which you can add things like poison, strength. And this is what I'm applying, is to make the weapon not break that easily. That's what you also have to go through. If your weapon breaks, you don't lose it. You need to go and craft it and pay money to make it good, like 100%. Well, quests, yeah, that's where you access. You can just look at side quests you have and everything. These are the ability points of combat. I forgot what is the signs. You can make them stronger. Alchemy, I don't really use alchemy. These are like get more health and swords, and these are little muting things that make you better, like more health, more strength, more sign things. You learn it through your gameplay, and you can meditate to skip time. Also, this world is Blood and Wine DLC. It's so beautiful, the view. You can get better views wherever you stand, mostly from the height. I prefer you to play this after the whole game you play through, and through Hearts of Stone DLC. Play this the last, because it's so beautiful. You get it's it actually makes sense playing the last, because I'm not gonna spoil why. It's, you get something, you can buy more beautiful clothes, you go through this beautiful town, colorful. It's so amazing. Just play the last, guys. That's my suggestion of an experienced player. Play the last. You could also get different hairstyles for Gerald. You can find this anywhere, any place. I think in Velen, I don't think there was a hairstyler, but any other world you can make hairstyles. My favorite one is this one that you see even with a beard. I'll show you little bits of what different hairstyles there are. Not all of them, obviously. It's for you to go and play. It also costs obviously money, like 10 coins. Some are 20. It's a lot at the start of the game, but if you're in the middle, it's alright. I would suggest you to go YouTube, look up different hairstyles, so you don't have to spend money to look at every one of them. There's also beard. You can have no beard. The one I have, it's called the goatee, I think, bushy goatee or something like that. But yeah, here you are. This is Heart of Stone DLC, the place, how it looks like. It looks pretty dark because the missions are kind of like sad and dark. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope you enjoy your gameplay. Enjoy, and please play Blood and Wine, the last, yet again.